In this video, we're going to go over some principles of how to practice ladder safety. So, the first off, with ladder safety, whenever you set a ladder, you're going to set it at 75 degrees. So that means it should be leaning essentially 10 degrees in the air, or 10 feet in the air vertically, 2.5 feet horizontally. So that's going to get you to 75 degrees. That's going to be a safe angle where enough force is going to be pushed on the bottom of the legs, but it's not going to push out. So if it's leaned too much, it's way more likely to push out. If it's leaned too straight forward, you're more likely to tip backward. So 75 degrees is a perfectly safe angle. The top of the ladder should be 2 rungs above the top of the gutter, or whatever surface you're really putting the leaning the ladder on. So if you happen to be leaning a ladder on a gutter, or using a ladder stabilizer essentially against the gutter, it should be 2 rungs above the top of the gutter, especially if you're going to be ascenting the roof. Do not ascent the roof. If it is not 2 ladder rungs above the top of the roof, as those 2 rungs are key to transferring yourself from the ladder to the roof and vice versa back safely. For the next step, whenever you set the ladder in like a debris area, leaves, wood chips, etc., anything except hard surfaces, hardscaping like concrete or tile, somewhere where it's plants, it's organic matter, jump. So set the ladder and jump on the bottom rung of the ladder. I learned this from a firefighter who gave me this tip. So jump on the bottom rung of the ladder. It's going to sink the ladder, secure the ladder more safely into the ground, so that it's less likely to slide out because it's sunk in a little bit. So that's a great tip whenever you're working with a ladder in wooded, debris areas, non-hard surfaces. Whenever you are on a non-ideal ladder positioning situation where maybe you're using a tall ladder, or the ladder set on a driveway going down. If the ladder is even on slightly uneven ground, if it's on a wooded area but you haven't found a perfect spot to put the ladder, especially if you're going from a first story to a second story, essentially use a helper to hold a ladder when the ladder positioning is done. Have the helper hold the ladder, stabilizing the ladder so that you're more safe ascending, climbing the ladder and ascending onto the roof, or whatever your situation is in that given predicament. And then lastly, just final, do not climb ladders when it's on uneven ground. If you cannot jump on the ground and sink the ladder into like a wooded area, or it's just not safe, do not get on a ladder. It's never worth sacrificing your safety, particularly with ladders. Ladders are going to be the most risky thing we deal with. That's why we're religious about going over some of these safety precautions, making sure you follow them, etc. Wear a helmet, everything like that. So just do not climb a ladder if it's not if it's on uneven ground. If it's not safe, never do it. Bottom line.